Of all the food that is produced, 40%, almost half of it goes to waste. Almost half of all the food that is grown in the United States goes to waste. About 15% of it's never even harvested or picked. It's just left rotting on the ground.
Some food is lost in the farming sector, so they either can't harvest it in time or they have an insect come in and damage some of the produce, so they can't sell it because it might have holes in it.
If you're a family of 4, you're wasting $1,500 of food a year.
And 85% of all the food in America ends up in landfills. And the problem with landfills is it's land and it's filling up.
A lot of the wasted food is sent to a landfill where it basically just sits and rots, which produces methane, which has a huge impact on the climate change.
In the state of New York, closer to New York City and the megalopolises, their landfills are going to run out in less than 5 years, and no one knows where their garbage is going to go. Millions of people producing tons of garbage, and the landfills are filling up.
When food is wasted, we are all wasting the resources that went into growing it. That includes the quarter of our fresh water supply to grow food and more than a quarter of our land.
It's not just the food, but everything, the energy, the money, the time that it's taken to get that product out to wherever it needs to be.
The amount of food wasted suggests that alleviating world hunger isn't a matter of producing more food, it's a matter of better managing the food that is already produced by preserving it.
We have people that are hungry in the richest or one of the richest nations in the world.
We have hundreds of thousands of people in our country starving, like in our country starving, let alone 400 children every day in the world starve to death.
A lot of people that are hungry that could be fed using those extra food sources don't have anything to eat.
There is enough food to feed all 7 billion people in the world, but it just needs to be put in mouths instead of in the trash.
And then when it comes to waste, I don't think Americans think of cleaning out their refrigerator and stuff that starts to look a little brown and throwing it in the garbage. They don't think that's a bad thing. You know how there's a date stamp, an expiration date on that? So a lot of people think that means if you go beyond that, that food is dangerous. So you need to learn and teach people what those expiration dates mean.
The scariest thing about this topic is that only half of America is aware that food waste is an issue.
More local food to table that maybe invite people to come and help harvest it. You could take food scraps and take it to farms so pigs and animals could eat the food scraps.
There's potential to recycle food waste, so in that way we're missing an opportunity. Everyone can contribute to recycling food waste through composting or working with local farmers to feed it to their animals.
It might be less portions, it might be a smaller plate.
If one person wanted to do something about reducing food waste, I would think it's planning their meals throughout the week so they're not shopping too much or buying too much when they go shopping. So they're just buying what they're going to eat for that week and make sure that they go through it.
A lot of the waste that goes to the landfill, you could take that food and it becomes biofuel. There's a lot of energy in the bonds of all the food and in oil, and you could actually create fuel to run engines or to heat up homes. And then whatever food we don't use, donate it.
I think that a lot more education is necessary, letting people know that there's a problem and that they can do something about it, even if it's in their own small way or their own small community or their house.